In the twilight of history, my dear truth seekers, lies an enigma so profound that it could shake the very foundations of our understanding of the afterlife. I am Dr. Alejandro Vega, and today we will delve into a labyrinth of mysteries that intertwines two of the most fascinating civilizations of antiquity, ancient Egypt and the biblical world. Imagine for a moment that the pyramids and temples were not just monuments to human greatness, but doors to dimensions that transcend our mortal reality. What if I told you that the ancient Egyptians and biblical writers not only knew of these portals, but left behind an encoded map for us to discover? As I explored the dusty crypts beneath the desert sands and deciphered forbidden texts in secret Vatican libraries, I encountered a shocking revelation. The Egyptian Book of Gates, a funerary text from over 3,000 years ago, holds astonishing parallels with certain biblical passages describing the journey to the afterlife. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. What secrets do the 12 divisions of the Egyptian underworld truly conceal? Why do they coincide in number with the 12 tribes of Israel? Is it mere coincidence, or is there something deeper, more transcendental at play? Prepare for a journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about life after death, ancient technology, and the possibility that our ancestors possessed knowledge beyond our modern comprehension. In the next few minutes, we will unravel together a mystery that has remained hidden for millennia, an enigma that could reveal the existence of interdimensional portals known to both pharaohs and biblical prophets. The question is, are you ready to face a truth that could forever change your perception of reality? To understand the magnitude of what we are about to reveal, we must first immerse ourselves in the context of these two great civilizations, ancient Egypt and the biblical world. Two cultures separated by time and geography, yet united by an invisible thread of esoteric knowledge that has endured through the centuries. Ancient Egypt, with its majestic architecture and complex funerary rituals, has always been an enigma for archaeologists and historians. Its monuments, like the pyramids of Giza or the Temple of Karnak, are not just marvels of ancient engineering, but also hold cosmological secrets that we are only beginning to decipher. On the other hand, we have the biblical world, whose scriptures have shaped Western thought for millennia. From Genesis to Revelation, the Bible is filled with references to celestial realms, prophetic visions, and encounters with the divine that have intrigued theologians and scholars alike. But what happens when we look beyond the surface and begin to notice unsettling patterns between these two seemingly disparate traditions? The Book of Gates, an Egyptian funerary text found in the tombs of pharaohs such as Horemheb, Seti I, and Ramesses VI, describes the night journey of the sun god Ra through the underworld. This journey is divided into 12 hours or stages, each protected by a gate guarded by deities and mythical creatures. Now, my dear truth seekers, consider this. In biblical tradition, we find recurring references to the number 12. The 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 apostles, the 12 gates of the New Jerusalem in the book of Revelation. Coincidence? Allow me to suggest that it is not. But there's more. In both traditions, we find surprisingly similar concepts about divine judgment and resurrection. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the heart of the deceased is weighed against the feather of Maat, the goddess of truth and justice. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, we have the concept of the final judgment, where souls are judged for their actions in life. These parallels lead us to a disturbing question. Could it be that both traditions are describing the same cosmic reality, but through different cultural lenses? And here is where our enigma deepens. For if these ancient civilizations were describing the same spiritual phenomena, or, I dare suggest, the same interdimensional portals, where did they obtain this knowledge? Could these ancient texts be encoding information about advanced technology beyond our current understanding? Or perhaps, as some theorists suggest, we are facing evidence of extraterrestrial intervention in the development of our oldest civilizations? As we proceed in our exploration, I ask you to keep your minds open, because what we are about to reveal could challenge everything we believe we know about our history, our spirituality, and our place in the cosmos. Prepare yourselves, my dear truth seekers, for we are about to cross the threshold of the known and enter a realm of possibilities that defy imagination. A realm where the secrets of Egypt and the Bible converge to reveal an astonishing truth about portals to the beyond. Now, my esteemed truth seekers, let us delve into the heart of this millennial mystery. The Egyptian Book of Gates and certain biblical passages are not mere mythological narratives. They are, in my opinion, encoded maps of a transcendental reality that our ancestors understood better than we do. Let's begin with Ra's night journey through the Egyptian underworld. This is not a simple myth about the sun's cycle. It's a metaphorical description of an interdimensional journey. The 12 gates that Ra must pass through represent thresholds between different planes of existence. Each gate is guarded by deities and creatures that we could interpret as interdimensional guardians or even high-tech security systems disguised in mythological language. Now, let's compare this with John's vision in Revelation. In chapter 21, John describes the New Jerusalem descending from heaven with 12 gates, each made of a single pearl and guarded by an angel. Isn't this similarity fascinating? 12 gates, 12 guardians. The coincidence is too precise to be casual. But let's delve even deeper. In the Book of Gates, each hour of Ra's journey is associated with a specific region of the underworld, populated by different entities and governed by distinct physical laws. This remarkably resembles the modern theory of multiverses, where each universe could have its own physical laws and life forms. In the Bible, we find similar references to different realms or heavens. Paul, in his second letter to the Corinthians, speaks of being caught up to the third heaven. This description of multiple heavens aligns surprisingly well with the Egyptian idea of multiple regions in the afterlife. But here comes the most shocking revelation. In both the Book of Gates and various biblical descriptions, we find mentions of light, energy, and transformation. Ra regenerates at each stage of his journey, while in the Bible it speaks of the righteous shining like the sun in their Father's kingdom. What if these descriptions of light and transformation were not metaphors, but literal descriptions of advanced technology? Let's imagine for a moment that our ancestors had contact with beings from another world or dimension, possessing technology so advanced that to us it would seem like magic. Consider the possibility that the pyramids, with their extraordinary geometric precision and astronomical alignment, were not simple tombs, but interdimensional machines, devices capable of opening portals to other planes of existence. The Egyptian funerary texts, with their intricate instructions and magical formulas, could actually be operation manuals for these machines, encoded in mythological language to protect this knowledge from the uninitiated. Similarly, could the Ark of the Covenant described in the Bible, with its power to topple walls and its capacity for communication with the divine, be an advanced technological device? The precise instructions for its construction and warnings about its handling could indicate that it was a powerful and potentially dangerous piece of technology. Now, let's connect the dots. In both Egypt and biblical tradition we find references to 12 gates or thresholds, descriptions of guardians or protective entities, mentions of transformation and regeneration, allusions to different realms or planes of existence, objects of power with seemingly supernatural capabilities. The conclusion I've reached after years of research is astonishing. We are looking at evidence of a network of interdimensional portals, known and used by our ancestors. A network that connected not only different points on our planet, but also different planes of reality. But why was this knowledge lost? Or was it deliberately hidden? This is where the theory becomes even more intriguing. It's possible that certain elites, both in ancient Egypt and in the early Judeo-Christian communities, decided to conceal this knowledge, considering it too powerful or dangerous for the general public. Imagine the implications. If this portal technology truly existed, It could explain many of the mysteries that have puzzled archaeologists and historians for centuries. The construction of megalithic monuments with impossible precision, the transport of gigantic stone blocks over great distances, the cultural similarities between civilizations separated by oceans, all could be explained if our ancestors had access to a network of interdimensional portals. But there's more. This theory could also shed light on many of the inexplicable phenomena we continue to experience today. UFO sightings, near-death experiences, even certain paranormal phenomena could be manifestations of this ancient portal technology that still functions, albeit unpredictably and uncontrolled. My dear truth seekers, what we are unveiling here is not just a historical or archaeological theory. It's a completely new paradigm for understanding our reality, our past, and potentially our future. In the next section, we will examine more closely the physical evidence supporting this theory. From the intricate mechanisms hidden in the pyramids to the enigmatic biblical artifacts, each piece of the puzzle brings us closer to a truth that could change our understanding of the universe forever. Prepare yourselves, for we are about to cross the threshold of the known and enter a realm of possibilities that defy imagination. A realm where the secrets of Egypt and the Bible converge to reveal an astonishing truth about our existence and our place in the cosmos. My dear truth seekers, before we delve deeper into this labyrinth of mysteries, let's pause to reflect on what we've discovered so far. The connections we've traced between ancient Egypt and biblical scriptures are just the tip of the iceberg. But what if I told you there's more, much more to reveal? Imagine for a moment that what we've discussed so far is just a veil, a curtain hiding an even more astonishing and potentially disturbing truth. Have you ever noticed how certain ancient structures, from the pyramids of Egypt to Solomon's temple described in the Bible, share precise mathematical proportions? What if these proportions were not simply the result of advanced architectural knowledge, but precise formulas for tuning interdimensional frequencies? Consider this. At various ancient sites around the world, inexplicable phenomena have been reported. Anomalous electromagnetic fields, fluctuations in the passage of time, even sightings of unidentified entities. Could these places be access points to this network of portals that our ancestors knew about? And here is where the mystery deepens even further. What if I told you that certain governments and secret organizations have been investigating these phenomena for decades? That there's a possibility some of them have managed to partially reactivate this ancient technology? In the next section, we'll dive into evidence suggesting that this network of portals is not just an artifact of the past, but a present reality that could be influencing our world in ways we can't even imagine. Prepare yourselves, my faithful followers of truth, because what we're about to reveal could fundamentally change your understanding of reality itself. Are you ready to take the next step in this journey into the unknown? My dear truth seekers, before we dive into the depths of this cosmic mystery, I need a moment to connect directly with you, my community of restless minds and curious souls. In our last video about the hidden codes in the Book of Enoch, many of you shared fascinating experiences. Maria from Buenos Aires commented on recurring dreams of luminous doors, while Ahmed from Cairo mentioned feeling an inexplicable energy near the Great Pyramid. These stories are not coincidences, my friends. They are pieces of the great puzzle we're putting together. If you're not yet part of our community of researchers, now is the time to join. Subscribe now and activate notifications. Every week we unravel new mysteries and connect the dots that official history has deliberately ignored. In our next video, we'll reveal surprising evidence about the true function of certain ancient monuments, cosmic antennas, portal generators. The answers will leave you breathless. Now, I have a question for you. Have you ever experienced the sensation of being in two places at once? Or perhaps you've had a déjà vu so intense it seemed more like a memory from another life. Share your experiences in the comments. Your testimonies could be the key to deciphering the next level of this cosmic enigma. Let's remember Together, we are rediscovering lost knowledge that could change the course of humanity. Every like, every comment, every share brings us closer to the truth. And now, let's prepare to dive even deeper into the mystery of interdimensional portals. What comes next will challenge everything you believe you know about reality itself. Welcome back, intrepid truth seekers. Now that we've established the foundations of our research, it's time to delve into the darkest and most revealing depths of this cosmic mystery. Let's begin by examining more closely the physical evidence supporting our theory of interdimensional portals. The pyramids of Egypt have long been an enigma for modern science. Their geometric precision, astronomical alignment, and ability to concentrate electromagnetic energy have puzzled experts for centuries. But what if I told you these features are not accidental, but an integral part of a design meant to manipulate the very fabric of space-time? Recent research has revealed that the Great Pyramid of Giza can concentrate electromagnetic energy in its internal chambers. This phenomenon, initially dismissed as a curiosity, takes on new meaning in light of our theory. Could this concentration of energy be the residue of a portal activation mechanism? Now, let's connect this to the biblical world. The Ark of the Covenant, described in detail in the book of Exodus, has long been the subject of speculation. It is said to have possessed extraordinary powers, from the ability to topple walls to communicating with the divine. The biblical descriptions of its construction are surprisingly precise, specifying exact materials and dimensions. What if the Ark was not simply a religious artifact, but an advanced technological device? A device designed to interact with the same network of portals as the Egyptian pyramids. Let's consider the following connection points. Conductive materials. Both the pyramids and the Ark used highly conductive metals in their construction. The pyramids had a polished limestone casing and possibly gold linings, while the Ark was covered in pure gold. Sacred geometry. The proportions of both the pyramids and the Ark follow principles of what is known as sacred geometry. These proportions, far from being arbitrary, could be fundamental to the manipulation of energy fields. Electromagnetic phenomena. Both are associated with inexplicable electromagnetic phenomena. The pyramids concentrate electromagnetic energy, while the Ark is described as capable of emitting light and energy. Strategic locations. Both the pyramids and the places where the Ark was kept, such as Solomon's Temple, were situated at specific geographic points. Could these be nodes in a global network of portals? But there's more. Around the world, we find megalithic structures that share similar characteristics. From Stonehenge in England to the Nazca Lines in Peru to the monoliths of Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. All these sites show advanced astronomical knowledge and are precisely aligned with specific celestial points. What if this global network of ancient sites was actually a star map on Earth? A map marking the access points to a network of cosmic portals. Now, let me present an even bolder theory. What if I told you that this network of portals not only connects different points on our planet, but also different points in time? Consider the enigmatic texts of the Book of Enoch, an apocryphal text mentioned in the Bible, but excluded from the official canon. Enoch describes a journey through multiple heavens where time flows differently. Could this be a coded description of a journey through time using this network of portals? This theory could explain many of the biblical and Egyptian prophecies that have puzzled scholars for centuries. They wouldn't be predictions of the future, but first-hand accounts of individuals who actually traveled through time using this ancient technology. But why was this knowledge lost? Or rather, was it deliberately hidden? This is where our research takes a disturbing turn. Throughout history, we've seen how esoteric knowledge has been jealously guarded by select elites. From Egyptian priests to modern secret societies, there have always been groups that have kept this knowledge out of reach of the masses. Could some of these groups have maintained operational knowledge of this portal network? The evidence suggests yes. Leaked classified reports from government agencies show a sustained interest in teleportation and interdimensional travel phenomena. Projects like the infamous Philadelphia experiment or the US government's remote viewing programs could be attempts to rediscover and utilize this ancient technology. But there's more. In recent decades, we have witnessed an increase in reports of unexplained phenomena, UFO sightings, abduction experiences, encounters with interdimensional entities. Could these be the result of a partial reactivation of this portal network? Imagine the implications. If this technology exists and is being used in secret, it could explain many of the anomalies and conspiracies that plague our modern world. From weather manipulation to influencing geopolitical events, the possibilities are as vast as they are unsettling. My dear truth seekers, what we are unveiling here is not just a historical or archaeological theory. It's a completely new paradigm for understanding our reality, our past, and potentially our future. In the next section, we'll explore the philosophical and spiritual implications of this revelation. Because if this theory is true, it not only changes our understanding of history and technology, but also our very conception of reality, time, and our place in the cosmos. Prepare yourselves, for we are about to cross the final threshold where science, spirituality, and the paranormal converge into a unified truth that could change the course of humanity forever. My dear truth seekers, we have reached a crucial point in our exploration. The revelations we have unraveled so far are not mere historical curiosities or speculative scientific theories. They are pieces of a cosmic puzzle that, once assembled, has the potential to fundamentally transform our understanding of reality itself. Allow me to guide you through a philosophical and spiritual journey that will take us beyond the limits of our conventional perception. First, we must consider the metaphysical implications of an interdimensional portal network. If such a network exists, whether created by an advanced ancient civilization or non-human entities, it forces us to reconsider the very nature of the universe. We can no longer conceive it as a simple three-dimensional space, but as a complex, interconnected multiverse. This perspective aligns surprisingly well with the most advanced theories of quantum physics. The idea of parallel universes and multiple dimensions, once considered science fiction, is now the subject of serious scientific research. Could it be that our ancestors, through their intuitive understanding or contact with higher intelligences, had grasped these cosmic truths millennia before our modern science? Now let's consider the spiritual implications. In both Egyptian and Judeo-Christian traditions, we find the idea of a soul's journey after death. The Egyptian Book of the Dead describes a complex journey through different realms, while the Christian tradition speaks of heavens and a final judgment. What if these were not spiritual metaphors, but literal descriptions of an interdimensional journey that the soul or consciousness undertakes after physical death? This perspective could unify science and spirituality in an unprecedented way. The idea of an afterlife would no longer be a matter of blind faith, but a physical reality accessible through advanced technology. Shamans, mystics, and prophets from various cultures could have been individuals who somehow managed to access this portal network, gaining knowledge and experiences beyond our ordinary reality. But let's go even further. If this portal network allows travel not only through space but also through time, as some of our evidence suggests, the implications are truly astounding. Our linear conception of time crumbles. Past, present, and future could coexist simultaneously, accessible through the correct nodes in this cosmic network. This leads us to question the very nature of free will and destiny. If the future is accessible, is it predetermined? Or does each journey through these portals create a new timeline, a new parallel universe? Biblical prophecies and predictions from other spiritual traditions could be not so much visions of the future as glimpses of possible alternative timelines. Now, let me pose an even more provocative question. What if our own consciousness was a form of interdimensional portal? Altered states of consciousness, whether through deep meditation, near-death experiences, or the use of psychedelic substances, are often described in terms strikingly similar to the interdimensional travels we have been discussing. Could it be that human consciousness, in its purest and most elevated state, is capable of tuning into this cosmic network? This would explain the mystical experiences reported across all cultures and ages, as well as phenomena such as precognition, telepathy, and clairvoyance. My dear truth seekers, what we are contemplating here is nothing less than a revolution in our understanding of reality, a synthesis of science, spirituality, and philosophy that has the potential to unify humanity's fragmented knowledge into a grand theory of everything. Imagine a world where the most advanced science and the deepest spirituality not only coexist, but reinforce each other. A world where our place in the cosmos is not that of passive observers, but of active co-creators, capable of navigating the currents of space, time, and consciousness itself. This vision is not just a philosophical exercise. It has profound and practical implications for our future as a species. If we manage to rediscover and master this ancient portal technology, the possibilities are literally infinite. From exploring the cosmos to curing diseases, from resolving global crises to expanding our collective consciousness, we are on the brink of an unprecedented evolutionary leap. But with this knowledge comes great responsibility. History has shown us that advanced technology in the wrong hands can lead to destruction and oppression. It is crucial that this knowledge, if fully rediscovered, is used for the benefit of all humanity, not just a chosen few. In our next and final section, we will explore how each of us can begin to integrate these revelations into our daily lives. Because, my dear friends, the true power of this knowledge lies not in its technological potential, but in its ability to transform us from within, to expand our consciousness and reconnect us with the vast network of life and awareness that permeates the cosmos. Prepare yourselves for the final chapter of our exploration, where the personal and the cosmic meet, and where each of you will be challenged to take the next step in your own journey of discovery and transformation. My dear truth seekers, we have reached the culminating point of our journey. We have unraveled ancient mysteries, connected dots across millennia, and contemplated the vast implications of a cosmic network of interdimensional portals. But now, the most important question is, how can we apply this knowledge in our daily lives? First, we must recognize that each of us is, in essence, a living portal. Our consciousness is the threshold between the known and the unknown, between the material and the immaterial. Every thought, every emotion, every act of will is a way of crossing that threshold. I invite you, starting today, to begin seeing your daily life through this new lens. Every interaction, every decision, no matter how mundane it may seem, is an opportunity to tune into that cosmic network of which we are a part. Practice mindfulness. Meditation is not just a relaxation exercise, it's a way of calibrating your consciousness, of fine-tuning your being to resonate with higher frequencies. Imagine that with each deep breath, you are aligning your personal energy with the rhythms of the cosmos. Pay attention to your dreams. The ancient Egyptians and many other cultures considered dreams as portals to other realms of existence. Keep a dream journal. Look for patterns, recurring symbols. You might be receiving messages from the other side of the veil. Cultivate synchronicity in your lives. Those moments of meaningful coincidence that Jung called synchronicities could be glimpses of the cosmic interconnection of all things. When you experience a synchronicity, stop, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what message is the universe trying to convey to me? Explore places of power. Visit ancient sites, stone circles, places considered sacred by ancestral cultures. Approach these places with reverence and openness. They could be active nodes in the portal network, capable of amplifying your own energy and consciousness. Practice creative visualization. Imagine that you can open portals with the power of your mind. Visualize doors of light, vortexes of energy. This is not mere fantasy. You are training your consciousness to perceive and interact with more subtle realities. Cultivate compassion and unconditional love. These are not just moral virtues, they are vibrational frequencies that resonate with the highest levels of existence. The more you expand your capacity to love and understand, the more attuned you will be to the cosmic network of consciousness. Finally, maintain an open but critical mind. Question everything, even what I tell you. Seek your own evidence, trust your intuition, but also develop your discernment. True knowledge does not fear scrutiny. Remember, my dear friends, that you are on the brink of a great adventure. Each of you has the potential to be a cosmic explorer, a navigator of realities, a co-creator of humanity's future. The knowledge we have explored together is not an end in itself, but the beginning of an endless journey towards self-knowledge and the expansion of consciousness. You are invited to become part of a new generation of truth seekers who are not content with the limitations of consensual reality, but dare to explore the vast mysteries of the cosmos and their own inner being. Are you ready to take the next step? My brave explorers of the unknown, we have reached the end of this revealing journey, but in reality, it is only the beginning. The knowledge we have unraveled together is a seed planted in the garden of your minds, ready to bloom into new perceptions and discoveries. Now, I call you to action. Don't let these revelations be just another piece of information that fades into the noise of everyday life. Take this knowledge and make it your own. Research more, question more, explore more. Visit our website where you'll find additional resources, bibliographic references, and links to related research. Join our online community where you can connect with other truth seekers, share experiences, and participate in discussions that expand the boundaries of the known. For those who are ready to take the next step, I invite you to consider joining our exclusive mentorship program, Cosmic Navigators. In this intensive 12-week program, we will delve into advanced techniques of consciousness expansion, interdimensional exploration, and decoding ancient esoteric texts. Remember, every like, every share, every comment on this video is not just a gesture on social media. It's a way to expand this collective consciousness, to bring these truths to more souls thirsty for knowledge. And now, my final question for you. What will you do with this knowledge? How will your lives change from today? Share your intentions in the comments. Let's inspire and enlighten others with our collective commitment to seeking the truth. The universe is calling. The portals are open. The most exciting journey of your lives is about to begin. Are you ready to cross the threshold? I am Dr. Alejandro Vega, and until our next encounter in the vast mysteries of the cosmos, remember, the truth is out there, and within each of you. May the light guide you.